Wow. What news we have had today. So welcome, I'm Jay Holland's Racer, and this is the home of all things Btcc, and Motorbase has been going hard with their news recently. Obviously their partnership with NAPA, they've announced that Dan Cammish returns to the championship with them. They've re-signed Ollie Jackson and Sam Osborne, and finally they've announced their fourth driver, and it is the reigning champion Ash Sutton. Did not see this one coming. Obviously with the NAPA sponsorship, they go very big with this. Dan Cammish and Ash Sutton. So Ash Sutton was coming from Lace Tools. There was rumours of him leaving, but this is not the one I saw coming. I think it's massive for Motorbase. Obviously, they got that big sponsorship, and this big sponsorship wants, I'm guessing they put quite a lot of money into this, and they've wanted to go big to bring in first Dan Cammish and Ash Sutton. But it's a lot of talking points coming from this. First off, obviously, that's massive. I'm a little bit surprised. I heard rumours of Ash going to a new car, perhaps. Obviously, rumours of Jaguar and things like that been going around. But he's going to Motorbase, and first off, a lot of us whether they're going with the Ford. They've pretty much been hashtagging Ford Focus, stuff like that. For some reason they suddenly change it, I'd be surprised. But probably I imagine they're going to run 4 Focuses. With how good that Infiniti was last season though, and an easily championship winning car, I'm surprised to see Ash move over to the Ford. The Ford's a very good car, and Motorbase is a very good team. But to move it over, I'm not sure whether the Ford was, for me, is an upgrade on the Infiniti. Remain to be seen. Kind of strange as well. We've seen that advantage that rear wheel drive cars have had over front wheel drive for the last few years. I think the last time we had a front wheel drive champion was 2016, which is some time ago now. But yeah, so I think it's a massive coup for Motorbase and such to get him over. So we pretty much guessed that Ash wouldn't be in the Infiniti the day before when Dexter Patterson was announced to drive in a Lazy Tools Infiniti. So that pretty much boxes that off now. But what a lineup that is: Dan Cammish and Ash Sutton in at Motorbase. I said Ash Sutton does have front wheel drive experience. For his first season in the MG, he did pretty well in what was an older car at that point. So he will be good in the MG, in the Ford. No, he will be at the front challenger for that championship. But it'll just be interesting to see if first he can do it with front wheel drive over the rear wheel drive, which seems to have had an advantage over the kind of last few seasons. And as well as that, whether the Ford is as good as the Infiniti. I'm sure Ash Sutton will 100% be battling for the championship, so will Dan Cammish. But whether it will be as kind of good as the Infiniti was for him. But that does also mean that Jake Hill, who drove the Ford last season, will not be returning to Motorbase. And we did kind of know there was kind of a bit of a breakup between Motorbase and MB. Don't think it was anything bad, but obviously they went their separate ways, which means now I think kind of see it as Jackson and Osborne teammates and Cammish and Sutton, which is everyone's calling it a dream team, super team. Absolutely is, because they are too. Kind of feels like when BMR got Turkington and Plato together in the same team when the VWs first came out. And I think that's the closest thing we've had to something like this, since that. But that means with Jake Hill leaving Motorbase now, where will he be? A lot of rumours of him going to WSR, driving one of the BMWs, perhaps over the backing of MB without being an actual team, but going over to get him into WSR. BMW, also we know Oliphant won't be driving for them next season, so that seat is available there. But I think that's absolutely huge news. Motorbase got absolutely massive. That Ford is a really good car, but they've gone big, nice big sponsorship. They've kept 2 drivers in there that know the car from last season that will keep steady the ship. They've got Dan Cammish, championship contender, definitely. Obviously very close to it in 2019. Unfortunately lost the seat last season due to budget, but when I won the Porsche Championship, coming back, that was massive. And then Ash Sutton, it was kind of out of the blue, this announcement as well. There's no kind of thing that was going to happen today, but they've got the reigning champion, obviously won the last 2 years as well, and they've managed to convince him to go from rear wheel drive into front wheel drive, multi-year deal with him as well. So I imagine there's a bit of money back in that as well, so maybe that's what he thinks it's a big project and that's why he's gone there. So I have no doubt at all that he will be absolutely battling for that championship, and he probably has a really good chance of winning it. The Ford was pretty good last season, but just the way Ash was so good with that Infiniti, I'm a little bit surprised that he's moved away from the Infiniti and rear wheel drive. But wow, it was just such an announcement. I flicked on my phone today and saw that Motorbase were announcing Ash. That's absolutely huge. Can't wait to see the car. I get the feeling what I've seen from NAPA sponsorships in the past, their cars are really striking liveries, so can't wait to see that. But wow, I said a couple of weeks ago, had no news. We've had so much in such a quick period of time just before Christmas. So a lot of seats available and a lot of drivers not confirmed, so we'll wait and see how that goes. But wow, absolutely massive news just before Christmas. Ash Sutton, reigning Btcc champion, has left Laser Tools and the Infiniti to move over to Motorbase with NAPA Racing UK and the Ford Focus.